Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to address the overall market and why it's about to go insane tomorrow. And I'm also going to be doing an update on some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Alright, y'all, let's get right into it. Right off the bat, we got the SPY over here. And in the last video, which was 2 days ago, I believe, I told y'all that I was leaning more neutral on the market until tomorrow. All right, until this. Unfortunately, I was wrong about that. The market turned out bullish, and there was a way to know exactly that this giant move right here was coming. All right, now let me show you exactly how you could have spotted this by sharing a trade that we took. So first and foremost, this is what I saw yesterday with QQQ. All right, yesterday QQQ showed an ascending triangle on the chart, very clean, which broke out at the end of the day at around 272.5. all right, and other stocks were looking just like that one. I had a few options, and the stock that I went with, that I took a trade on, that stock was Google. All right, again, this was the meta trade. I got out of it on the 9th, and then yesterday Google looked this way. It had a bullish pennant on there. The breakout was very clean. The structure was clean. I bought calls on there, and for the sole purpose of selling it this morning with the price target of 91.59. all right, let's see what happened today. Let's see what happened with Google. So with this one, I ended up getting rid of it a little bit early. I guess I was kind of impatient, but again, with the last video, if you didn't watch the last video, I explained to y'all exactly why I tend to sell in these regions. With Meta, the same thing happened. It went up way too fast, like 1 minute in, and the stock goes up like halfway through to my price target of 91, maybe 91.50. And as soon as I saw that, I start selling. I immediately start selling, because you never know how long it's going to take, and if you have a big jump out the gates, you gotta start taking profits. All right, so this is where I sold half, and then I ended up selling the rest of my contracts when it got really close to around like 951ish. all right, it started climbing, and then I sold more. And then when it started to roll over right here, again, this is 8:47, 15 minutes in, 17 minutes into the market, right over here in this region, that's where I got out completely. Okay, eventually it got to the target. Like, it did its thing. Some people held longer, and congratulations to anybody who did this group who did. All right, but my sole purpose is to be right and to collect money gradually as the thing goes up. All right, now let's talk about why the market is about to go insane tomorrow. Now, as y'all know, tomorrow there will be CPI data announced. All right, there will be a CPI report, which is an inflation report. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a measurement of inflation, and so far we've been downtrending from the highs in July. As you can see right here on this chart, very simple charts to read. All right, the high was around 9.1, and so far it's been going down. And the last report, they announced that it was at 7.1%, which beat the forecast of 7.3. Now the expectations for tomorrow is 6.5. I personally think that forecast is kind of aggressive. Like, it's kind of aggressive. A 0.8% drop over a month, like, it hasn't happened before over here. Like, it's been dropping really slow. So to expect such a sharp drop, I honestly don't think it's likely. I will explain. I will let me explain why. I may be wrong, but let me explain why from my perspective, the chart's perspective. All right, now let's go on to here, and let me change this thing to the VIX. All right, now this is the VIX, and we're gonna look at the 4-hour, and the VIX right now is really low. And during the last the last CPI last month, again, the CPI was over here, and the VIX had a massive push for no reason whatsoever. Like, I didn't understand why it was running so hard, even though the indices were positive. Like, they were neutral to positive, and I didn't understand it. And then later that day, I realized, what if it's a trap? What if it's meant to trap bears and collapse right here before the market sells off, right? And that's exactly what happened. I'm gonna pin the video, that way y'all can watch the last CPI video and how that one did. I explained exactly my thought process on why I was bullish back then a month ago. Now in this one I have to lean a bit more. I have to lean more bearish. I think so. Again, I could be wrong. It's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a fun day. We'll see what happens. But from my perspective, if this thing plays out well with the VIX, all right, the VIX today was slightly positive with the overall market, but it's at the lows right here. All right, if this is truly the bottom of this bullish pennant, and the market don't like the data that is put out at 7:30 a.m. Central Time, the VIX is going to spike, and the indices are going to collapse by a lot. All right, that's what I think may happen. It might surprise a lot of people. It might. So that's my thoughts on it. Again, we'll see what happens in the morning. Now let's do an update on some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. In the last video, I told y'all to watch Amazon for a potential pullback. All right, yesterday it followed the indices. Yesterday it gave a reason not to be bearish on there. Yesterday it looked like this. All right, so this was one of the options. It was either QQQ or Google or this one. All right, I ended up getting Google. In the end, Amazon performed the best. Like, it behaved the best from the beginning till the end. Like, if I took Amazon, I would have gotten rid of it right over here when this thing started to roll over. All right, because it was just climbing slowly compared to Google, which kind of like got up, flatlined, and then started to sell off. Right, like, I wouldn't have held all the way up to like $94, but this one played out very, very well. It behaved the best out of all of these three that I've mentioned. Now, where is this going to go? Looking at it on the daily, somebody could argue, again, somebody could argue with the charts that Amazon looks really, really good. Amazon has room to 107, right? And the CPI report could make it happen. All right, the CPI report could make it happen if the numbers are fantastic and inflation is at 6.3 and everything goes crazy. It could happen, and I could be completely wrong with what I told you earlier in today's video. That's why I said it's kind of tough, but we will see. With this one, if you didn't take your money off the table, if you caught this move and you didn't sell at any points, I would just say be careful. All right, be really, really careful. There's some room right here, which is worrisome, and there's also a giant gap right here. It's all about which one is going to get filled first. So that's the updates on Amazon. The next one that I'm going to do an update on was Ford, and for that one, it's just been, yeah, again, the whole market was bullish, and I explained to y'all why it was bullish. So when will the pullback come? I don't know. Again, we'll have to find out with tomorrow's CPI data. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot. It allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah in the Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.